What's up? This is the Von Casket, home to the lamest taste. You can check me out on Instagram, Twitch, and YouTube. Rate, subscribe, like, and comment. Hit the bell for much more. We're doing a Casket review on season 3 of the Netflix original series, Heartstopper. If you have not checked out or know what this is a live action TV show on Netflix that is based off of a YA graphic novel, that writer, I think her name is Alex Osman. I could be wrong, but I know it's based off her graphic novels, which I believe she illustrates and writes. And season 3 came out on October 3rd, 2024. Most of the episodes run between 32 to 37 minutes. I don't think I ever got around to doing a review on the first 2 seasons, which is kind of weird because I've watched all the seasons. And yeah, it's weird. I don't know why I never did a video on them. So this is season 3. Obviously, I think this is the best season yet. I think it progressively gets better. I think that the thing that sets this season apart, and I feel like if anyone hops into this show, they will agree once they get to season 3 that this is set apart because season 3 is such a different vibe. It is a much darker tone. It handles issues that we've been slowly hinting at in the first 2 seasons are heavily addressed face on here in the most mature and realistic and serious way possible. It has a much more sense of realism here. And it's just I did not expect this show to go in that direction. I knew that they were setting up addressing issues with eating disorders and depression and stuff in these kids. But it really completely blindsided me on how well they would handle this, and not only that, but how serious and not kiddie this season felt compared to the other ones. And I know they were supposed to feel that way, and I guess that's the evolution of this show and this concept, is that it gets progressively more adult as they do. But my favorite part of this series, especially and that was an issue in this season, is that there's a lot of really cool graphic editing. There's a lot of graphics in here that are added on as overlays, animated overlays over everything, as well as transitionary scenes and stuff like that. Is that elements of the graphic novel's art style are used. You can even see it in this poster, how there's these weird cartoony leaves flying over them. That is a animated graphic that is used throughout the show. Just when things happen, sparks pop, whatever. It's super unique to this show because it's the exact art style that's used in the book, and it is digitized in a way that it's used here, and it perfectly reminds you that this is based off of a comic style thing. It's based off a graphic novel, and they don't not like a lot of live action stuff, separates it so hard from the source material. This is making very clever and very good nods. This season, though, lacked. I feel like the first couple episodes were very heavily the same amount as the other seasons, and as we went on, we got less and less. There was a cool style that was used when the main character was dealing with his struggles, and that was a cool effect, a cool use of graphic. But I feel like they could have done other stuff, and I wish they would have utilized it more. It was my favorite thing about this. But yeah, it's a really good show. I like the pacing. This had a couple episodes that handled some really deep stuff that I thought was well done, especially on Netflix. And I feel like we don't have Degrassi anymore. And while I could agree that Degrassi was a much more aggressive and weirder take on things. They handled social issues in in that high school environment in a mature, understandable way that can be digested by multiple generations and multiple ages. And it was like a necessary thing that felt like it needed to be, and we haven't had that in a while. So this season did a lot of things that I felt were Degrassi-esque, and I thought it did a really good job of handling that and portraying that. Yeah, I highly suggest checking out the show. I believe that most people would prefer this season over the other two because the other two are a little bit too campy and slower, and the builds there, it might be a little awkward if you're not into like social interaction. But this season, it's like everything's kind of in place, and now they're really able to deep dive into this character development and these issues and addressing this in realistic situations. So season 3 is getting from me a 4.5 out of 5. That's a good rating for me. I think this is a solid show, especially a solid season. I highly suggest getting into this and checking it out or reading the graphic novels. With that being said, guys, this is the Von Casket, home to Mercedes. Get in the comments. Let's talk about it. Remember, you can check me out on Instagram, Twitch, and YouTube, where you can subscribe, like, and comment, hit the bell for much, much more. Do me a massive favor and stay